Welcome to English Audiobook Mind. Before we begin, tell me where you are watching from. Write your country name in the comments. Now listen carefully. Your English is not missing. It is imprisoned. The words are inside you. The answers are inside you. Even the confidence is somewhere inside you. But fear stands between your brain and your mouth. This audiobook will break that prison. You will learn why your sentences die, why your first language controls your tongue, and how to make English escape before fear can catch it. Stay until the final lesson, because today you are not learning more English. You are setting your English free. Let us begin. Chapter 1. Your mouth betrayed your brain. Your brain knows many English words. You have seen them in books. You have heard them in videos. You understand them when another person speaks. But when it is your turn to speak, your mouth suddenly becomes slow. The word is inside your mind, but it does not come out. You know the answer, but your voice stays silent. Then you may think, why can I understand English but not speak it? The reason is simple. Understanding English and speaking English are not the same skill. Your brain can recognize a word without being able to produce it quickly. For example, you may understand the word important when you hear it, but when you need to use it in a sentence, your mouth may stop. This does not mean you are bad at English. It only means your brain has had more training than your mouth. Your eyes have read English. Your ears have listened to English. But your lips, tongue, and voice have not practiced enough. Your mouth is not truly betraying you. It is simply confused. You are asking it to do something it has never repeated many times. Imagine watching someone ride a bicycle every day. You may understand how the bicycle works. You may know where to place your hands and feet, but understanding the bicycle will not make you a rider. You must sit on it. You must move. You must lose balance. You must try again. Speaking English works in the same way. You cannot learn speaking only by watching, reading, or thinking. You must open your mouth. You must repeat sentences. You must make small mistakes without feeling ashamed. Every time you speak, your mouth becomes faster. Every sentence builds a new path. One day, the words that feel heavy today will begin to flow naturally. Your English is not missing. It is waiting inside you. Now your mouth must learn how to release it. Chapter 2. You learned English backwards. Most people learn English in the wrong order. First, they study grammar. Then they memorize long word lists. Then they read books, watch videos, and complete exercises. But speaking is left for later. Sometimes much later. That is why many learners know a lot of English but still cannot speak with ease. They filled their minds with English, but they did not train their mouths. Imagine learning how to swim by reading 100 books about water. You may know how to move your arms. You may know how to breathe. You may understand every rule. But the moment you enter the water, your body will not know what to do. Why? Because knowledge is not movement. Speaking English is also movement. Your lips must move. Your tongue must change position. Your voice must learn new sounds. Your breath must carry complete sentences. But if you only read and listen, your mouth remains outside the training. This is how English becomes trapped in your brain. You recognize the sentence when someone else says it, but you cannot create it quickly yourself. A child learns differently. A child listens, then copies, then makes mistakes, then repeats the same words again and again. The child does not wait for perfect grammar. The child speaks before feeling ready. That is the natural order. Listen, copy, speak, repeat, improve. You do not need to throw away grammar or vocabulary. They are useful, but they should support your speaking, not replace it. From now on, every new word should enter your mouth, not only your notebook. Every sentence you hear should become a sentence you say. Do not study English like a silent subject. Train it like a living skill. You did not fail to learn English. You simply learned it backwards. Now you can turn the process around. Chapter 3. The sentence dies in the gap. You know what you want to say? The idea is clear inside your mind. Maybe someone asks you, what did you do yesterday? You know the answer. You want to say, I went to the market with my friend. But before the sentence leaves your mouth, something happens. You stop. You begin searching for the perfect word. You check the grammar. You wonder, should I say went or go? You translate the sentence from your first language. Then you worry about your pronunciation. In only a few seconds, the sentence becomes heavy. The simple answer that was ready inside you begins to disappear. This is the gap. It is the small space between knowing the sentence and speaking it. And inside this small space, fear becomes very powerful. The longer you wait, the more difficult speaking feels. Your mind starts creating problems that were not there before. What if I make a mistake? What if they laugh? What if my English sounds bad? Now you are no longer speaking. You are fighting with yourself. This is why many learners can answer perfectly after the conversation ends. 5 minutes later, the right sentence suddenly comes. But during the real moment, silence wins. The answer is not to think more. The answer is to reduce the gap. When someone asks you a question, begin with a simple sentence immediately. Do not wait for the perfect words. Say I went out, then add more. I went out with my friend. Then add one more detail. We went to the market. Small sentences keep your mouth moving. A simple sentence can grow. A silent sentence cannot. Your goal is not perfect English in 1 second. Your goal is to stop fear from entering first. Speak before the sentence becomes heavy. Speak before grammar takes control. Speak before doubt closes the door. Because fluency begins when the gap becomes smaller. And one day, the sentence will no longer die inside you. It will leave your mouth alive. Chapter 4. Your first language owns your tongue. Your first language is very powerful. You have spoken it for many years. Your tongue knows its sounds. Your lips know its movements. Your brain knows its sentence order. You do not need to think before speaking it. The words simply come out. But English is different. When you try to speak English, your tongue often returns to the system it knows best. That is why some English words feel difficult, even when you understand them clearly. Your brain may know the word, but your mouth still follows the rules of your first language. Imagine that your tongue is an old driver. For many years, it has traveled on the same road. It knows every turn. It knows when to stop. It knows where to go. Then one day, you ask it to drive on a completely new road. The signs are different. The turns are different. The speed is different. The driver becomes slow and careful. This is what happens when you speak English. Your mouth is not weak. It is simply using an old map. For example, your first language may use different sounds. Maybe your language does not use the H sound in words like think or this. Maybe it does not connect words in the same way English does. Maybe it places stress on different parts of a word. So when you speak English, your mouth tries to change the new sounds into old sounds. It wants to make English feel familiar. But this can make speaking slow, unclear, and uncomfortable. The problem is not your intelligence. The problem is physical habit. Your tongue has repeated the sounds of your first language thousands and thousands of times. English sounds may have been repeated only a few times. Of course, the old habit feels stronger. A habit becomes powerful through repetition. But here is the good news. A new habit can also become powerful through repetition. You do not need to fight your first language. Your first language is not your enemy. It is a beautiful part of you. But when you speak English, you must teach your mouth a new way to move. This takes patience. It also takes real speaking practice. Many learners try to improve speaking by learning more words. They think, maybe I need more vocabulary. So they memorize 10 new words, then 20 more, then 50 more. But when they speak, the same problem remains. Why? Because the mouth did not practice those words. A word written in a notebook does not train your tongue. A word understood in a video does not train your lips. Your mouth learns only when it moves. Take a simple sentence. I really want to improve my English. Do not say it only once. Say it slowly. I really want to improve my English. Now say it again. Notice your lips. Notice your tongue. Notice where the sentence becomes difficult. Then repeat it until it feels lighter. This is not boring repetition. This is physical training. A football player does not kick the ball once and expect perfect control. A singer does not sing one note and expect a perfect voice. A speaker cannot say one sentence once and expect automatic fluency. The body learns through repetition. Your mouth is part of your body. It needs training too. Start with short English groups, not single words. Instead of learning only the word ready, practice. I am ready. Are you ready? I am not ready yet. Now your mouth is learning how the word lives inside real speech. Instead of memorizing only understand, practice. I understand. I do not understand. Can you help me understand? These small groups are powerful because they teach your tongue complete movements. They also help your brain stop building every sentence from zero. Another important step is copying. Listen to a short sentence from a clear English speaker, then copy it immediately. Do not only copy the words. Copy the sound, copy the speed, copy the pauses, copy the feeling. If the speaker sounds excited, sound excited. If the speaker sounds calm, sound calm. This teaches your mouth the music of English. Every language has music. It has rhythm. It has strong words and soft words. It has places where the voice rises and falls. When you copy this rhythm, English begins to feel more natural. At first, you may feel strange. Your mouth may feel tired. Some sounds may feel uncomfortable. That is not failure. That is training. A muscle feels tired when it is learning a new movement. Your speaking muscles are doing the same. Do not stop because it feels strange. Continue until the strange movement becomes familiar. You can also record your voice. Say one short sentence. Listen to it. Then listen to the original speaker. Do not attack yourself. Do not say, "My English is terrible." Ask a better question. What is one small thing I can improve? Maybe your voice is too slow. Maybe one word is not clear. Maybe you stop in the middle. Improve only one small thing, then record it again. Small corrections create big changes over time. Remember this. Your first language became automatic because you used it every day. English will become more automatic in the same way. Not through one perfect day, not through one difficult lesson, but through small speaking moments repeated again and again. Speak while walking. Speak while cooking. Describe what you see. Say what you are doing. I am opening the door. I am making tea. I need to finish my work. These sentences may look simple, but they are building a new speaking system. Every sentence tells your tongue, English also belongs here. Slowly, your mouth will stop asking your first language for permission. It will stop translating every movement. It will begin to recognize English patterns. One day, a sentence will come out smoothly, then another, and you will understand something important. Your first language never made you bad at English. Your English mouth was simply undertrained. The old system owned your tongue because no new system had been built. Now you are building one. Every sound is a brick. Every sentence is a new road. Every repetition gives English more control. Keep going. Your tongue can learn a new home. Chapter 5. The 1-second trap. There is one small second before you speak. It looks harmless. It feels unimportant. But inside that single second, your English can either move forward or completely stop. Someone asks you a simple question. What do you think? The answer appears inside your mind. You almost speak, but then you wait. Only for 1 second. Inside that second, your mind begins working against you. Is this sentence correct? Did I choose the right word? Will my pronunciation sound strange? What if I make a mistake? What if they do not understand me? That 1 second becomes 2 seconds. 2 seconds become 5. Now the sentence no longer feels simple. It feels dangerous. Your mouth becomes tight. Your breathing changes. Your heart beats faster. And the answer that was ready inside you disappears. This is the 1-second trap. It is not only a pause. It is the moment when fear enters before your voice. Many English learners believe they need more time before speaking. They think more time will help them create a better sentence. But often, the opposite happens. The longer they wait, the harder the sentence becomes. More time gives translation a chance to enter. More time gives grammar a chance to control you. More time gives fear a chance to create 100 problems. The sentence was ready, but you did not trust it. So your mind pulled it apart. Imagine holding a small bird in your hands. The bird is ready to fly, but you become afraid. You hold it too tightly. You check its wings. You wonder if the wind is right. You wait for the perfect moment. But the more tightly you hold it, the weaker it becomes. Your sentence is like that bird. It needs to leave quickly. If you hold it inside your mind for too long, fear crushes it. The answer is not to create a perfect sentence. The answer is to release a simple sentence before the trap closes. Let us say someone asks, "What did you do today?" Your mind may try to build a long and impressive answer. Today, after completing my important work, I decided to visit one of my close friends. But while you are building this sentence, your mouth remains silent. Instead, begin with something easy. I worked today. Then continue. After that, I visited my friend. Now you are speaking. You have crossed the dangerous second. Once the mouth begins moving, the next words become easier. The hardest word is often the first word. The hardest sound is often the first sound. The hardest moment is the moment before the sentence begins. That is why you must learn to start quickly. Not carelessly, not without meaning, but without giving fear enough time to take control. You can use simple starting phrases. I think, for me, in my opinion. Maybe, I am not sure, but the main reason is. These phrases are powerful because they open the door. You do not need to know the complete sentence before you begin. You only need a safe beginning. Once the first words leave your mouth, your brain often finds the rest. Think about walking into a dark room. You may feel afraid while standing outside, but once you take the first step, your eyes begin to adjust. Speaking works in the same way. The first words may feel uncertain, but after you begin, your mind becomes clearer. Your mouth becomes warmer. The sentence begins to build itself. The 1-second trap becomes stronger when you try to sound perfect. Perfection tells you, do not speak until the sentence is ready. Fluency tells you, begin simply, then improve while speaking. These are two completely different paths. The path of perfection creates silence. The path of practice creates movement. A fluent speaker does not always use the perfect word. A fluent speaker does not always create the perfect sentence. Fluent speakers correct themselves. They pause. They change words. They say, "Let me say that again." They continue. This is real speaking. Fluency is not the absence of mistakes. Fluency is the ability to keep moving even when a mistake appears. But many learners stop at the first sign of difficulty. They begin speaking. Then they notice one small mistake. They stop the whole sentence. They apologize. They become embarrassed. They return to silence. Do not give one small mistake that much power. A mistake is only one broken step. It does not mean you must stop walking. Correct it if necessary, then continue. For example, yesterday sorry, I went to the market. That is not failure. That is communication. You noticed the mistake. You corrected it. You continued. That is exactly how stronger speaking is built. You must also understand what happens inside your body during the 1-second trap. Fear is not only a thought, it enters your muscles. Your jaw becomes hard. Your throat becomes tight. Your breathing becomes short. Your voice loses power. That is why your English may sound weaker when you feel nervous. The words are still inside you, but your body is closing the exit. Before speaking, breathe out slowly. Relax your jaw. Lower your shoulders. Do not hold your breath while building the sentence. Your voice needs air. A calm body gives your English more space to move. Try this simple method. When someone asks you a question, breathe out and begin with 3 easy words. I think that, for me the reason is. Do not search for the full answer first. Release the beginning. This small habit teaches your brain that speaking is safe. You can also train the 1-second response when you are alone. Ask yourself simple questions. What did I eat today? What am I doing now? What will I do tomorrow? Answer immediately. Do not wait. Do not prepare. Give yourself 1 second to begin. Your answer can be very simple. I ate rice. I am sitting in my room. Tomorrow, I will work. The goal is not beauty. The goal is speed between thought and speech. You are building a direct road from your mind to your mouth. At first, the road will feel narrow. Your answers may be short. Your grammar may not always be perfect. That is fine. A short road is better than no road. With practice, the road becomes wider. You begin adding detail. I ate rice with my family. I am sitting in my room and practicing English. Tomorrow, I will work in the morning and meet my friend later. This is how speaking grows. Simple first, clear second, detailed later. Many learners reverse this order. They demand a detailed and perfect answer before they allow themselves to say the first word. That is why they freeze. Never ask your mouth to carry a heavy sentence before it can carry a light one. Begin small, then build. Another powerful practice is quick repetition. Listen to a short question and answer it immediately. Question: do you like coffee? Answer: yes, I do. Question: why? Answer: because it helps me feel awake. Question: when do you drink it? Answer: usually in the morning. Keep the answers easy. The purpose is to teach your mouth to respond without long preparation. You can later make the answers longer, but first, create the habit of immediate movement. You should also stop treating every conversation like an exam. In an exam, you are judged. In a conversation, you are connecting. The other person usually wants to understand your meaning. They are not waiting to count every small mistake. When you forget this, you become your own strict teacher. You watch yourself while speaking. You judge every sound. You compare every sentence. And because you are watching yourself too closely, you stop being present in the conversation. Listen to the other person. Think about the meaning. Answer the idea. Do not stand outside your own voice and criticize it. Stay inside the conversation. Your goal is not to perform English. Your goal is to use English. There is a great difference. Performance creates pressure. Use creates freedom. The 1-second trap can also appear when you know too many choices. You want to say happy, but your mind also shows you pleased, delighted, glad, and satisfied. Now you begin choosing. Which word is best? Which one sounds smarter? While you are deciding, the moment passes. Use the first correct simple word. Do not reject an easy word because you know a more difficult one. Easy English spoken clearly is strong English. A simple word can carry a powerful idea. Do not make your mouth wait while your ego searches for an impressive sentence. Communication comes first. Beauty can come later. The same rule applies to grammar. Use the grammar you can control. Do not try to create a complex sentence when a simple one will communicate the same meaning. Instead of saying, "Had I been given more time, I would have completed the task more effectively," you can say, "I needed more time, then I could do the work better." The second version may be simpler, but it keeps you speaking. As your skill grows, your sentences will naturally become more advanced. But fluency must be built on movement, not pressure. Here is the hidden truth. The 1-second trap does not disappear because you learn everything. It disappears because you learn to move through uncertainty. There will always be words you do not know. There will always be moments when you need to think. Even fluent speakers sometimes forget words. The difference is that they do not treat that moment like a disaster. They use another word. They explain the idea. They keep going. If you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "the thing we use in the rain." If you forget appointment, you can say, "a planned meeting." This is not weak English. This is flexible English. And flexibility is one of the strongest parts of fluency. Your real enemy is not the missing word. Your real enemy is the belief that one missing word must stop the whole conversation. It does not. Keep moving around the problem. Your voice is bigger than one word. Every time you begin quickly, you weaken the trap. Every time you speak before perfection arrives, you strengthen your voice. Every time you continue after a mistake, you teach your brain a new lesson. I can survive this. I can communicate. I do not need to be perfect to be understood. This is how confidence is created. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after many moments of speaking while still feeling unsure. You speak, you survive. You realize the mistake did not destroy you. Then you speak again. Slowly, the dangerous second loses its power. One day, someone will ask you a question. You will not build the answer in your first language. You will not check every grammar rule. You will not wait for the perfect word. Your mouth will simply begin. Maybe the sentence will be simple. Maybe it will not be perfect, but it will be alive. And an alive sentence can grow. A silent sentence cannot. So remember this whenever you feel frozen. Do not wait for courage. Begin with one easy phrase. Do not wait for the complete answer. Release the first small part. Do not wait for perfect English. Use the English that is available now. The first second belongs either to your voice or to your fear. Give it to your voice. Speak before doubt builds a wall. Speak before translation takes over. Speak before perfection closes the door. Your sentence does not need more time inside your mind. It needs freedom. Let it out. Chapter 6. Steal the muscle memory of fluency. Fluent speakers do not create every sentence from nothing. They do not open a grammar book inside their minds before speaking. They do not choose every word one by one. Most of the time, their mouths already know what to do. A question comes. Their mouth responds. An idea appears. A sentence follows. The words move together because those speaking patterns have been repeated many times. This is muscle memory. You already use it in many parts of your life. Think about typing your name. You do not stop and search for every letter. Your fingers already know the movement. Think about walking up a staircase. You do not calculate how high to lift each foot. Your body remembers. Think about using your phone. Your fingers often find the correct button before you consciously think about it. You can do these things quickly because your body has repeated them many times. Speaking works in the same way. Fluency is not only stored in your brain, it is also stored in the movement of your tongue, lips, jaw, breath, and voice. Your mouth must remember English. It must remember how common words connect. It must remember where the voice rises. It must remember when to pause. It must remember how one sound moves into the next. When this physical memory becomes strong, speaking begins to feel easier. You stop carrying every sentence. the sentence begins carrying itself. But most English learners never train this part. They learn a sentence with their eyes. They understand it with their brain. Then they move to the next sentence. Their mouths remain silent. Later, when they need to speak, they expect the sentence to appear automatically, but the mouth cannot automatically produce a movement it has never repeated. You may recognize a song after hearing it once, but that does not mean you can sing it perfectly. You may recognize a dance after watching it, but that does not mean your body can perform it. Recognition is not control. Understanding is not production. Watching is not training. To speak English automatically, you must move with English. You must borrow the movements of fluent speakers until those movements begin to feel like your own. This is why you must steal the muscle memory of fluency, not steal their personality, not copy their life. Copy the way their English moves. Copy the rhythm. Copy the speed. Copy the stress. Copy the pauses. Copy how they join words. Copy how they show emotion. A sentence is not only a group of words, it is a complete movement. Listen to this simple sentence. I don't really know. A learner may say every word separately. I do not really know. The grammar is correct. The words are correct. But the sentence feels heavy because the mouth is building it piece by piece. A fluent speaker may say it as one smooth group. I don't really know. The words move together. There is a rhythm. The mouth already knows the path. That is what you must practice. Do not only learn the words, learn the movement that carries the words. Choose one short sentence, listen to it carefully, then repeat it immediately. Do not look at the sentence first if you can avoid it. Listen, pause, copy. Your first attempt may sound different. That is normal. Listen again. Notice one detail. Maybe the speaker says one word more strongly. Maybe two words connect. Maybe the voice goes down at the end. Copy that one detail, then repeat the sentence again. Do not try to fix everything at once. Train one small part, then another. The goal is not to sound perfect in 1 minute. The goal is to make the sentence easier every time you repeat it. Imagine a path through a field. The first time you walk through it, the grass is high. The way is difficult to see. You move slowly. But when you walk through the same place every day, the grass becomes flat. A clear path appears. Soon you can walk through it without thinking. Every repeated English sentence creates a path like this. The first repetition may feel difficult. The second feels a little lighter. After 5 repetitions, your mouth begins to recognize the movement. After 10 repetitions, the sentence may come without much thought. After using it in real conversations, it begins to belong to you. This is how fluency grows, not from seeing thousands of sentences once, but from owning useful sentences deeply. Many learners are always searching for something new. A new video, a new book, a new list of vocabulary, a new course. They keep collecting English, but they do not stay with one sentence long enough to make it automatic. Their minds become full. Their mouths remain empty. You do not always need more English. Sometimes you need deeper control of the English you already know. Take a simple phrase. I'm not sure. You probably understand it. But can your mouth say it quickly, naturally, and calmly? Can you use it without translation? Can you place it inside different answers? I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if I can come. I'm not sure, but I think he is right. Now you are not memorizing one dead phrase. You are building a living speaking pattern. Your mouth learns that I'm not sure can open many sentences. This is powerful because fluent speakers depend on patterns. They do not create every sentence from the beginning. They use familiar parts and add new information. For example, I think it is useful. I think we should wait. I think he forgot. I think this will help. The beginning remains the same. Only the final idea changes. This reduces pressure. Your mouth already knows how to start. Your brain only needs to add the new information. This is one of the secrets of natural speech. You do not need to memorize complete speeches. You need to train strong sentence frames. A sentence frame is like an empty box. You can place many ideas inside it. I need to finish this. I need to call my friend. I need to practice more. I need to leave early. The mouth learns the frame. Then the brain changes the final part. Now speaking becomes faster because you are not building every sentence from zero. You are using a road that already exists. Start collecting these useful speaking roads. Choose phrases you can use every day. I want to. I have to. I don't know if. The problem is. The best thing is. One reason is. It depends on. The truth is. What I mean is, let me explain. These phrases give your mouth a strong beginning. They help you enter the sentence before fear enters. But you must not only read them, say them aloud. Repeat them with different endings. Use them while walking. Use them while washing dishes. Use them while looking in a mirror. Use them while recording your voice. Train until the beginning comes without effort. Then English will feel less like a test and more like a familiar movement. Another powerful method is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a speaker and repeating the words almost at the same time. You follow the speaker like a shadow. At first, choose very short and slow audio. Do not choose a long, fast speech. Start with one sentence. Listen once. Understand the meaning. Then play it again and speak with the speaker. You may fall behind. That is fine. Try again. Focus on staying close to the rhythm. Do not stop every time you make a mistake. Continue moving. The purpose is not perfect memory. The purpose is to teach your mouth how English flows. When you shadow, your mouth cannot stop to translate every word. It must follow the sound. This creates a direct connection between hearing and speaking. Your ears receive English. Your mouth releases English. The old translation system has less time to interfere. At first, shadowing may feel uncomfortable. Your tongue may feel slow. Your breath may finish too early. You may miss some sounds. Do not become discouraged. That discomfort is proof that your mouth is learning a new movement. A person who begins running becomes tired quickly. That does not mean their legs cannot run. It means their body needs training. Your speaking muscles need the same patience. Do 5 minutes every day. 5 focused minutes are more powerful than 1 hour of silent watching. Choose a short clip. Listen, copy, repeat, record, compare, then try again. But be careful when you compare your voice. Do not compare yourself to feel ashamed. Compare yourself to find one small difference. Maybe the speaker says, "What are you doing?" But you say every word separately. What are you doing? Listen to how the speaker connects the words, then copy the full movement. Do not think, "My English is bad." Think, "My mouth has not learned this movement yet." The word "yet" is important. It changes failure into training. You cannot do it yet, but you are teaching your mouth. Every attempt is giving it new information. Your goal is not to become another person. Your goal is to become easier to understand and more comfortable when speaking. A clear voice is more important than a fake accent. Do not force yourself to sound exactly like someone from a particular country. Copy the useful parts. Copy clear sounds. Copy smooth connection. Copy natural rhythm, but keep your own voice. Fluency is not losing yourself. Fluency is removing the struggle between your idea and your mouth. You should also train sentences with emotion. This is often forgotten. Many learners repeat English with a dead voice. They sound as if they are reading numbers. But real language carries feeling. Say, "That is amazing." Show surprise. Say, "I'm really sorry." Show care. Say, "I don't agree." Show calm strength. Say, "I can't believe it." Show shock. Emotion helps your body remember the sentence. A sentence connected to a feeling becomes more alive. It becomes easier to use in a real moment. Do not only train words, train situations. Imagine someone gives you good news. Say, "That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. You really deserve it." Imagine someone asks for your opinion. Say, "I think it is a good idea. I'm not completely sure. Let me think about it." Imagine you do not understand. Say, "Could you say that again? Please speak a little more slowly. What does that word mean?" These are not random sentences. They are tools. When the real situation arrives, your mouth will not need to create everything under pressure. It will recognize the moment and release the trained pattern. This is how athletes prepare. They repeat movements before the real game. When the game becomes fast, their bodies already know what to do. Conversation is also fast. You cannot stop every few seconds and study. You need ready movements. That is why practice must look like real speaking. Do not only practice long and beautiful sentences. Practice the small sentences that keep conversations alive. Really? Why? What happened? That makes sense. I understand. I agree. Maybe you are right. I never thought about that. Tell me more. These short reactions are very important. They give you time. They show that you are listening. They help the conversation continue. They also build confidence because your mouth stays active. A learner often believes fluency means giving long answers, but fluency also means responding naturally. A short, quick response can be more fluent than a long answer filled with fear. Train your mouth to react. Watch a video and pause after the speaker says something. Respond aloud. If the speaker says, "I had a difficult day," say, "I'm sorry to hear that." If the speaker says, "I got a new job," say, "That's great news." If the speaker asks, "What do you think?" answer immediately. Do not only watch the conversation, enter it. Make your mouth part of the scene. You can also use the replacement method. Take one sentence and change one word at a time. For example, I bought a new phone. I bought a new bag. I bought a new book. I bought a new chair. Then change another part. I found a new book. I need a new book. I want a new book. I ordered a new book. This method teaches your mouth to move through similar patterns without becoming lost. The structure remains familiar, only one part changes. You begin to feel how English sentences are built without stopping to study grammar. Your mouth learns through use. Another strong exercise is the speed ladder. Choose one short sentence. I need to finish this today. Say it slowly 3 times. Then say it at a normal speed 3 times. Then say it a little faster 3 times. Finally, say it naturally with emotion. Do not remove clear sounds just to become fast. Speed is not fluency if no one can understand you. The goal is smoothness. At first, your mouth may stop between words. After repetition, the pauses become smaller. The sentence turns into one complete movement. Then use the sentence inside a longer thought. I need to finish this today because tomorrow will be very busy. Now the trained part gives you a strong beginning. You can build more English on top of it. Breathing is also part of muscle memory. Some learners hold their breath while trying to make a sentence. They think so hard that their body becomes stiff. Then the voice sounds weak or breaks in the middle. Practice speaking while breathing naturally. Do not fill your lungs and force out a long sentence. Use small groups. I wanted to call you, pause. But I became busy, pause, so I will call tonight. These pauses are not failure. They are part of natural speech. Fluent speakers pause too. The difference is that they pause in useful places. Do not try to say a whole paragraph in one breath. Break the idea into clear pieces. This makes your speech easier to understand and easier to produce. Your jaw also needs freedom. If you are afraid, you may hardly open your mouth. The sounds become small and unclear. Relax your face before practicing. Move your jaw gently. Smile slightly. Say a few simple vowel sounds. Then begin. Your body affects your voice. A relaxed mouth learns faster than a frightened mouth. You also need to practice difficult sounds, but do not spend your whole life fighting one sound. Choose words you use often. If world is difficult, repeat it inside useful sentences. The world is changing. I want to travel around the world. It is a small world. If comfortable is difficult, practice. I feel comfortable here. This chair is comfortable. Are you comfortable? The word becomes easier when it lives inside movement. Single words are useful, but sentences create speaking memory. Do not wait until you have a partner. You can train muscle memory alone. Speak to yourself. Describe your actions. Ask and answer questions. Retell a short video. Explain a simple idea. Record 1 minute every day. Today, speak about your morning. Tomorrow, speak about your work. The next day, explain something you learned. At first, you may repeat the same words. That is not a problem. Repetition makes common words automatic. You do not need a new topic every day. You need stronger control every day. You can even repeat the same 1-minute talk for a week. On the first day, you may stop often. On the second day, you may remember more. On the third day, your mouth becomes smoother. By the 7th day, the same talk may feel easy. Then you will see the truth. Your intelligence did not suddenly change. Your vocabulary did not double. Your mouth simply learned the path. That is muscle memory. It is also important to stop changing your method every day. One day you shadow. The next day you memorize vocabulary. Then you watch grammar videos. Then you start a new course. Your mouth never receives enough repeated training to build a strong habit. Choose a simple system and stay with it. Listen to one short clip. Choose 3 useful sentences. Repeat each sentence several times. Create new examples from the same pattern. Use the sentences in a 1-minute talk. Do this every day. The method is simple, but simple practice repeated daily becomes powerful. Do not search for magic. Repetition is the magic. The sentence you repeat today may save you in a conversation next month. The phrase that feels difficult now may later leave your mouth without thought, but only if you stay with it long enough. There will be days when your speaking feels worse. You may forget easy words. Your mouth may feel slow. Do not panic. Physical skills do not improve in a perfect straight line. Some days feel strong. Some days feel heavy. The important thing is to continue. A weak practice day still keeps the path open. Do not wait for motivation. Train even when you do not feel powerful. 5 minutes is enough to protect the habit. Say 10 sentences. Repeat one short conversation. Record one answer. Keep the mouth moving. Your identity must also change. Stop saying, "I am someone who understands English but cannot speak." Every time you repeat that sentence, you make the problem feel permanent. Say, "I am training my speaking. My mouth is becoming faster. I speak a little more every day. I do not need perfect English to communicate." These are not empty positive words. They direct your attention towards progress. You are not waiting to become a speaker. You become a speaker every time you speak. Even one sentence counts. Even 1 minute counts. Even a sentence with a mistake counts. The mouth does not learn from your dreams. It learns from movement. You may know someone who speaks with imperfect grammar but communicates easily. They are not afraid to begin. They use the words they have. They repeat common patterns. Their mouth has more freedom. You may know more grammar than that person, but knowledge alone does not create movement. Do not become angry about this. Learn from it. The person who uses a small amount of English every day may speak more easily than the person who studies a large amount in silence. The difference is not always intelligence. The difference is training. Your mouth needs contact with English every day. Not only passive contact, active contact. Say the words. Feel the sounds. Join the phrases. Use the patterns. Answer quickly. Make mistakes. Correct them. Continue. This is how English enters your body. One day, you will hear a common question. How was your day? Before, you may have translated it. You may have searched for an answer. But after enough training, your mouth will respond. It was good, but I was very busy. You will not know exactly where the sentence came from. It will simply arrive. That is not luck. That is the result of every repetition no one saw. Every time you copied a sentence. Every time you spoke alone. Every time you recorded your voice. Every time you answered before fear. The work becomes invisible because the skill becomes automatic. That is the beautiful moment you are training for. Do not chase thousands of words. Own hundreds of useful patterns. Do not only understand English. Make your mouth experience English. Do not repeat a sentence once and call it practice. Repeat it until it becomes lighter. Then use it until it becomes yours. Listen like a student. Copy like an actor. Repeat like an athlete. Use English like a real speaker. Your mouth is not waiting for more information. It is waiting for repetition. It is waiting for movement. It is waiting for you to stop watching Fluency and begin physically building it. Every useful sentence you repeat becomes a tool. Every pattern becomes a road. Every speaking session gives your mouth a new memory. And slowly, something changes. You no longer push every word out. The words begin to move together. You no longer build every sentence from the ground. Familiar parts appear automatically. You no longer ask, "How do I say this?" before every thought. Your mouth begins to know. This is when English starts leaving the page. It leaves the video. It leaves the notebook. It enters your breath. It enters your rhythm. It enters your tongue. It enters your body. And once your body remembers English, fear has much less time to stop it. So choose one sentence today. Listen to it. Copy it. Repeat it. Change it. Use it. Make it part of you. Then choose another. You are not only learning English anymore, you are building a mouth that can carry it. 7. When English escapes before fear arrives, one day, someone will ask you a question in English, and something strange will happen. You will answer. You will not translate the question. You will not search for every word. You will not check the grammar inside your mind. You will not prepare the complete sentence before opening your mouth. The answer will simply come out. For 1 second, you may even surprise yourself. You may think, "How did I say that so quickly?" That moment will not be magic. It will be the result of every small sentence you repeated when no one was listening. Every time you copied a speaker. Every time you spoke alone. Every time you made a mistake and continued. Every time you opened your mouth before fear could close it. This is the moment English escapes before fear arrives. Fear is fast, but trained English can become faster. Right now, fear may reach your mouth first. Someone asks you something, and fear immediately says, "Do not speak." You may make a mistake. Your pronunciation is not good. You do not know enough words. The other person speaks better than you. These thoughts arrive so quickly that they feel like truth, but they are not truth. They are old habits. For a long time, your brain connected English speaking with danger. Maybe you were laughed at once. Maybe someone corrected you in a painful way. Maybe you forgot a simple word in front of other people. Maybe you compared yourself with fluent speakers. Maybe you felt ashamed of your voice. Your brain remembered those moments. Now, whenever you try to speak, it sends fear to protect you. It believes silence is safer. And yes, silence may protect you from making a mistake, but it also protects you from becoming fluent. You cannot build a strong voice while hiding it. You cannot train your mouth while keeping it closed. You cannot become comfortable speaking by waiting until all discomfort disappears. You must speak while some fear is still there. That is how fear becomes smaller. Imagine a door inside you. Behind the door is all the English you know. Thousands of words, hundreds of sentences, ideas, opinions, stories, and feelings. But fear stands in front of the door. Every time you want to speak, fear asks, "Are you sure? Is the sentence perfect? What will people think?" And while you are answering fear, the moment passes. The conversation moves forward. The door remains closed. But every time you speak quickly, even with simple English, you move fear away from that door. You say, "I do not need permission. I do not need perfect grammar. I only need to begin." At first, your voice may shake. Your sentence may be short. You may use the wrong word. But the door opens a little. The next time, it opens more. Then one day, English comes out before fear can stand in the way. This is not the moment you become perfect. It is the moment you become free. Freedom in English does not mean knowing every word. Even native speakers do not know every word. Freedom means you can use what you know without fighting yourself. You can begin even when the sentence is not complete. You can explain a word when you forget it. You can correct yourself without feeling destroyed. You can pause without believing you have failed. You can continue after a mistake. That is real fluency. Many learners imagine fluency as a beautiful river of perfect sentences, no pauses, no mistakes, no forgotten words. But real fluency is not perfection. Real fluency is recovery. You forget a word, but you continue. You make a grammar mistake, but you continue. The other person does not understand, so you explain again. You feel nervous, but you continue. Fluency is not never falling. It is learning how to keep walking after a small fall. A person who speaks perfectly for 10 seconds and then freezes is not freer than a person who speaks simply for 5 minutes. The goal is not to impress people. The goal is to stay alive inside the conversation. When English escapes before fear arrives, your focus changes. Before, you focused on yourself. How do I sound? Is my grammar correct? Am I making mistakes? But later, you begin focusing on the message. What do I want to say? What does this person mean? How can I explain my idea? This change is powerful. You stop watching yourself from the outside. You enter the conversation. You stop performing English. You start using it. Think about your first language. When you speak it, you do not examine every sound. You do not judge every sentence. You think about the meaning. You think about the person. You think about the story. English will slowly move in the same direction. At first, every sentence feels like work. Then common parts become automatic. I think. I do not know. Let me explain. That is a good idea. I understand what you mean. These phrases begin appearing without effort because your mouth knows how to begin. Your mind becomes free to think about the next idea. This is why automatic speaking does not come from learning more and more difficult words. It comes from making simple language deeply familiar. Do not be ashamed of simple English. Simple English is not weak. Simple English is the foundation of powerful speaking. A clear sentence has more value than a complicated sentence that never leaves your mouth. You may want to say, "I was unable to participate because of several unexpected difficulties." But you can also say, "I could not come because I had some problems." Both sentences communicate the idea. The second sentence may come faster. Use it. Your voice is more important than showing how many difficult words you know. Fluency grows when you trust simple language. Then, naturally, stronger language begins joining it. You do not have to force it. Imagine building a house. You do not begin with the roof. You begin with the ground. Every common phrase is part of the ground. Every short answer is a brick. Every conversation is a wall. Every mistake teaches you where the structure needs support. Day by day, the house becomes stronger. One day, you look back and realize you are standing inside something you built sentence by sentence. Nobody can build this house for you. A teacher can guide you. A book can give you words. A video can show you pronunciation. But only your mouth can create speaking ability. You must perform the movement. You must release the sound. You must take the risk. That is why your daily practice matters more than your occasional motivation. You may feel very motivated today and speak for 1 hour. Then you may remain silent for 10 days. That will not build automatic English. Your mouth needs regular contact. 10 minutes every day is powerful. 1 minute is still better than nothing. Ask yourself questions. Answer them aloud. Describe your day. Retell a story. Copy one short conversation. Explain one simple idea. Do not wait for a special speaking partner. Do not wait for the perfect course. Do not wait until you feel confident. Confidence is created inside these small daily acts. Every day, let some English escape. A sentence today, a short story tomorrow, a 2-minute opinion next week. You are teaching your nervous system that English speaking is normal. At first, speaking may feel like standing on a stage. Your body becomes alert. Your heart becomes fast. Your mind becomes careful. But when you speak every day, the stage slowly becomes a normal room. The fear may not disappear completely, but it stops controlling you. You learn that nervousness and speaking can exist together. You do not have to remove every feeling before using your voice. You can feel nervous and still say, "Hello, I have a question. I do not understand. Can you explain that again?" These simple sentences are acts of courage. Each time you use them, you prove that fear is not the owner of your mouth. There may also be a day when you speak well. You feel proud. Then the next day you struggle again. Do not believe you have lost your English. Progress is not a straight road. Some days your mind is tired. Some conversations are more difficult. Some people speak faster. Some topics require words you have not practiced. This is normal. One difficult moment cannot erase months of training. A singer can have a bad performance. An athlete can have a weak game. A fluent speaker can forget a simple word. Skill does not mean every moment will be perfect. Skill means you know how to return. When a sentence breaks, begin again. When you forget a word, explain it. When you become nervous, slow down. When your mind becomes empty, use a simple phrase. Let me think. I am not sure how to explain it. What I want to say is, these phrases keep the door open. Never allow one difficult second to become complete silence. Give yourself permission to speak imperfectly. This permission may change everything. For years, you may have been waiting for someone to tell you, "You are ready." But no teacher can fully decide that. No exam can decide it. No number of vocabulary words can decide it. You become ready by using what you have. You may only know basic English. Use basic English. You may speak slowly. Speak slowly. You may have an accent. Speak with your accent. Your accent is not proof of failure. It is proof that you learned another language. Clarity matters. Communication matters. Courage matters. Do not waste years hating your voice because it does not sound like someone else's. Train it, improve it, but do not hide it. Your voice deserves practice, not punishment. When English begins escaping naturally, you will also notice that you stop translating some common thoughts. You see water and think, "I need some water." You hear a sound and think, "What was that?" You make a mistake and think, "Let me try again." These small thoughts are important. They show that English is building its own space inside your mind. Do not force yourself to think in English all day. Begin with simple moments. Describe what you see. Name what you need. Ask yourself easy questions. What am I doing? What do I need? Where am I going? Then answer aloud. I am getting ready. I need my phone. I am going to work. This creates a direct connection between life and English. You stop passing every idea through your first language. English starts touching the real world directly. The stronger this connection becomes, the faster your mouth responds. One day, you will not notice the change immediately. Fluency often grows quietly. You may still believe you are not improving. Then someone will ask you a question. You will answer for 1 minute. After the conversation, you will realize, I did not translate. I did not freeze. I forgot one word, but I explained it. I made a mistake, but I continued. That is the breakthrough. Not a perfect accent, not a difficult word, not a long speech. The breakthrough is freedom from the old fear, the old you waited for the complete sentence. The new you begins with the first clear thought. The old you stopped after a mistake. The new you repairs the sentence and keeps moving. The old you believed fluent people never struggled. The new you understands that fluent people know how to continue through struggle. The old you studied English from a distance. The new you lives inside it. This change begins when you stop asking, "When will I finally become fluent?" and start asking, "How much English did I speak today?" Fluency is not a place you suddenly reach. It is a behavior you repeat. Every time you answer without translation, you practice fluency. Every time you speak through nervousness, you practice fluency. Every time you explain a missing word, you practice fluency. Every time you use a familiar pattern automatically, you practice fluency. Fluency is happening during the training. You do not need to wait for it. You are building it now. Remember where you started. Your brain knew English, but your mouth had never learned it. Your eyes had seen thousands of words. Your ears had heard hundreds of conversations, but your voice remained outside. Then you began training differently. You stopped treating speaking like the final reward. You made it part of learning. You shortened the gap between thought and sound. You stopped giving the first second to fear. You repeated useful patterns. You copied rhythm. You trained your mouth like a physical skill, and slowly, English became more than knowledge. It became movement. It became breath. It became response. It became part of your body. Now, when an idea appears, your mouth has a road to carry it. The road may not always be perfect. Sometimes it will be slow. Sometimes there will be missing words. But the road exists, and every time you use it, it becomes stronger. Never return to complete silence because you believe your English is not ready. Your English becomes ready through use. Do not lock it inside your brain. Do not wait until every grammar rule is perfect. Do not wait until your fear disappears. Do not wait until you sound like someone else. Speak with what you have. Speak from where you are. Speak one clear sentence, then another, then another. Let English leave before doubt can stop it. Let your mouth make mistakes. Let your voice become stronger through real use. Let simple sentences become automatic. Let practice become confidence. The English inside you does not need another prison. It needs an exit. Your brain has carried the words long enough. Now give them breath. Give them sound. Give them movement. Open your mouth and let English escape before fear arrives. One day, someone will ask you a question in English, and before fear can stop you, your mouth will answer. You will not translate every word. You will not search for perfect grammar. You will not build the whole sentence inside your mind. The words will simply come out. For a moment, you may surprise yourself. You may think, "How did I say that so quickly?" That moment will feel like magic, but it will not be magic. It will be the result of every small practice you did when nobody was watching, every sentence you repeated, every short answer you gave, every time you copied a speaker, every mistake you made without stopping. Every moment you chose speaking instead of silence. This is the final change. English begins to escape before fear arrives. Right now, fear may be faster than your voice. Someone speaks to you, and fear immediately says, "Be careful. What if your grammar is wrong? What if they laugh? What if you forget the word? What if your accent sounds strange?" These thoughts enter quickly. Then your mouth closes. Your answer remains trapped inside. But fear is not proof that you cannot speak. Fear is only an old habit. Maybe you made a mistake in the past. Maybe someone corrected you in a painful way. Maybe you once forgot a simple word and felt embarrassed. Your brain remembered that moment. Now it tries to protect you by keeping you silent. But silence is not protection. Silence becomes a prison. It may protect you from one small mistake, but it also stops you from becoming fluent. You cannot train your voice while hiding it. You cannot make your mouth faster while keeping it closed. You must speak before you feel completely ready. This is how freedom begins. At first, your sentence may be short. Your voice may be quiet. You may make a mistake, but you spoke. That small action is powerful. Every time you speak through fear, fear loses some control. Every time you continue after a mistake, your confidence becomes stronger. Confidence does not arrive before speaking. Confidence is created after speaking. You speak. Nothing terrible happens. You understand that one mistake did not destroy you. Then you try again. This is how the mind learns that English is safe. Real fluency is not perfect speaking. Real fluency is the ability to continue. You forget a word, but you explain it. You make a mistake, but you correct it. You feel nervous, but you keep talking. You need time, so you say, "Let me think." This is what strong speakers do. They do not know every word. They do not create perfect sentences every time. They simply know how to keep the conversation alive. That is the skill you need. Do not believe that fluency means speaking fast. Fast English with fear is not freedom. Fluency means your idea can travel from your mind to your mouth without being destroyed. Maybe your sentence is simple. That is fine. Simple English can be very powerful. Instead of waiting to say something difficult, say something clear. Do not search for the most impressive word. Use the word you already know. The purpose of speaking is not to prove how much English you studied. The purpose is to connect. A simple sentence that leaves your mouth is more useful than a perfect sentence that remains inside your mind. You must also stop watching yourself too closely. Many learners speak and judge themselves at the same time. They listen to every sound. They check every word. They think about their face, voice, grammar, and accent. They are not truly inside the conversation. They are standing outside themselves, acting like a strict teacher. This creates pressure. Instead, focus on the meaning. Listen to the other person. Think about the message. Ask yourself, what do I want them to understand? When meaning becomes more important than perfection, your voice becomes freer. You stop performing English. You start using it. Your accent is not something to hide. Your accent shows that you learned another language. You can improve your pronunciation. You can speak more clearly, but you do not need to erase your identity. You only need to be understood. Never become ashamed of your voice. Your voice becomes stronger through use, not punishment. There will also be difficult days. Some days, words will come easily. Other days, your mind may feel slow. You may forget a word you know well. This does not mean you lost your English. Progress does not move in a perfect straight line. A strong speaker can still have a weak conversation. A fluent person can still forget a simple word. The difference is that they return. They do not allow one bad moment to become complete silence. When your mind becomes empty, use a safe phrase. Let me explain. I am not sure, but what I mean is, give me a moment. These phrases keep your mouth moving. They give your brain time without ending the conversation. One day, the real breakthrough will happen quietly. You may not notice it at first. Someone will ask, "How was your day?" And you will answer, "It was good, but I was very busy." No translation. No long pause. No fight inside your mind. The sentence will simply leave. Then you will realize that English is no longer only something you study. It has become a response. It has entered your breath. It has entered your rhythm. It has entered your body. This is why every small practice matters. The sentence you repeat today may appear in a real conversation next month. The phrase you practice alone may save you when you feel nervous. Nothing is wasted. Every repetition builds speed. Every spoken answer builds trust. Every mistake builds experience. Your English is not waiting for more knowledge. It is waiting for permission. Permission to be simple. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to be heard. Do not wait until fear disappears. Speak while fear is still there. Do not wait until every sentence is perfect. Begin with the sentence you can say now. Do not wait for someone to tell you that you are ready. You become ready through use. Your brain has carried English for a long time. Now your mouth must set it free. Let the first word come out, then the next. Then the next. Speak before doubt builds a wall. Speak before translation takes control. Speak before perfection closes the door. Your English does not need another place to hide. It needs breath. It needs sound. It needs movement. Open your mouth and let English escape before fear arrives.